what happened in the pandemic was really, it was huge. It had a profound impact on women in the workplace, because we were suddenly thrown into this scenario, particularly, women in senior roles, where suddenly we had all of these other things that we had to do. We had to wear so many different hats, and it was exhausting for them. And so, how they dressed before the pandemic and then launching into the pandemic and being in lockdowns really altered their mindset and their perception on how they should be dressing, in a virtual world and in this really bizarre sort of situation. How do you find that women have transformed out of that particular scenario? Have you seen that there's been a shift on how women want to present now versus before the pandemic?
I think so. And it's a little bit discouraging. Men and women, they just want to be comfortable. And that comes with, let me just wear a t-shirt or maximum, a polo shirt, but I'm not going to wear a dress shirt anymore. Why should I wear my heels? It's so uncomfortable. I'm so much, more comfortable with my, flats. And it's just a shame because at the end of the day, women are women and men are men, and women, they bring so much to the table. Why not also look, gentle and soft and professional? You don't have to wear high heels. You don't have to put on, a scarf. But there are, attire that you can wear, even if you're on Zoom. And a lot of us moved to work on Zoom. Look at us, we're meeting on Zoom, and it's still part of our day-to-day. We meet on Zoom a lot, even more than we meet face-to-face. But you see now when you go to the conferences and you go out to meetings, people have toned down, the work attire, which is, a bit unfortunate. In Europe, they're still great. I love the suit and tie for a man. I love the dress or the skirt and the nice jacket for women. You bring also a reason to come to work. It's different from your day-to-day, from the afternoon or from the Saturday morning attire. And I think people should make a little bit more of an effort. I always make an effort. I make sure that my team makes an effort, especially when we're meeting people outside of our own office. It's important to make an effort. It's what you also project and present.
That's right, respectful, and I have to excuse the late afternoon sun is starting to hit me in the face. So
I see.
As it tells you the time difference that we're talking. But yeah, I know, and it is like that. I think I'm seeing a little bit of a shift back to
I agree.
you before, at least out here in Australia anyway. But yeah, there was a time when, women just, why should I have to do that? Why should I have to dress like that now? I just want to be comfortable. And the comfort factor was a really big thing over COVID.
Yeah, I agree.
They would, okay, they might put on a jacket to do a Zoom call, but they wouldn't worry about the rest of them. So when it came time for them to get out of this Zoom virtual world and moving into hybrid and going out to meet people again, putting heels on was, oh my God, my feet are aching. I can't do this anymore. And, it's really made women think about, well, what are my values and what's really important to me? And is it important that I go out wearing, 6-inch high heels, or can I modify that? Can I bring that down a little bit? But how do I do that and still look feminine, still look professional? I don't want to look dowdy. I don't want to look, boring. And so it's really challenged women on a lot of different levels as to how to do this, how to still look professional, but do it in a slightly different way. What's happening over in your part of the world? Are you seeing that in a similar line?
Well, here it's a very, very, it's a country where everybody's just comfortable. The sun is always shining. It's usually very hot, we're not known for our, dress code. Unlike, other parts of Europe, let's say, that do a much better job. Here, it's very, very low key. You can see the biggest investors wear t-shirts, literally t-shirts that have been washed maybe, once or twice. It's hilarious. But on the other hand, you kind of expect it. I'm always overdressed. Usually I'm overdressed here in Israel, but that's okay. I come as I feel comfortable.
people know what to expect when they see you, and
Exactly. My
you've
hair will
developed,
always be clean. My nails will always be painted. There's always going to be heels and a nice attire. It's very important for me. You know, when you carry yourself well, you also carry what you bring with your position, also, you know, what you project. And so for me, that hasn't changed in the slightest, but I see the change. But you're right. I agree that now it's becoming a little better. But still, you know, I see a lot of people just wanting to be comfortable.
yeah, yeah. Well, that's part of your brand, and with that comes that whole, you know, reliability and trust. You know, people know that whenever they are catching up with you or meeting you or you're coming to an event, that what they get is, you know, what they see is what they get, basically.
What they get. Yeah,
And
with me, that's very important.
Not going to incur any questions in their mind as to, oh, okay, well, that's not the Keren I thought I was going to see. And that's really